Lit.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Teen Entertainment Network, or 10 as we like to call it. I'm Tyler Nicole, and today I'm joined by Josh and our very special guest, Ruba Wilson. Ruba Wilson, also known as Prince of Hosting, has made a name for himself as the charming, witty, and charismatic host of shows such as Celebified and Side Reel. He has landed big-name interviews with celebrities such as Hugh Jackman, Debbie Ryan, and Sandra Bullock. And, that's only a few, so you know the list goes on and on. He is the creator, writer, and director of Ruba's World, which has had a following of millions of people around the country. He is paving the way for young media journalists, and today we have the pleasure of chatting with him. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ruba. It's such a pleasure.
You got it. I'm so stoked to be chatting with you guys. This is amazing.
Yeah. So, okay, first things first, how did you get into hosting?
Oh, gosh. To make a really, really, really long story short, every summer, you know, when you're a young teen, you have those boring summer days where you're just like, what the heck can we do? Yeah. So, in my case, I had a brand new video camera that was amazing. And I was like, yo, let's just whip this thing out and just go crazy. So we went gallivanting around the neighborhood and terrorizing everybody with our video camera. Then one day I was like, yo, let's do a fun talk show. But my friends / cousins that would come over every summer, they were my dysfunctional guests that was on my show, and it was just a big mess. It was 100% blackmailable material, I promise you.
Oh my god.
So we put up one video, and literally this is during the time that YouTube was just on the rise. The video got well over 300,000 views, and I was like, this isn't real. I was like, this is so funny. That's cool to see all these numbers, but this isn't real. So after that video, literally I started getting emails and calls from certain people's publicists, yo, I want you to interview my client. I was like, what? Interview your client? That's not going down. So literally, from there, it's been a domino effect, and I just, been taking it one interview at a time and enjoying all of it. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's such a great way to start.
Yeah.
I love it. Such a unique story.
Yeah, that's so cool. You have such a big personality on camera. I love your personality. You just come off so relatable to everyone. It's really cool. So who has been your favorite celebrity to interview and why?
You know what's so crazy? Honestly, not to be politically correct or anything, but every single interview that I've done, I've loved, because I've learned something new about myself, and I've learned something new about the person that I was interviewing. So I don't know. I would say, I don't know, if I really had to choose, I would say JoJo, because the singer JoJo, I absolutely love her. I grew up listening to her music, and we basically, I started off interviewing her, and now we're pretty much on a first name basis. So I mean, I think that's really cool, especially being on the side of being a fan and then actually working with someone that you admire is pretty amazing.
That's so.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
So we know that you work with Side Reel and Celebified. So what is that like?
Well, correction. Let me just say this. I just finished working with them. I've officially stopped working with them, I should say.
Oh.
Due to my show on, which we'll talk about later. But basically, how Side Reel and Celebified came about was based off of what I've done with what I did with Ruba's World, and Side Reel reached out to me, and I'm like, oh my god, we would love for you to be on our personality. And from there, they basically we conjure up the idea of Celebified based off of Ruba's World, but they due to legal issues, they couldn't use my name. So anyway, basically that's how Celebified and Side Reel came about, and I love everybody over at Side Reel. They're absolutely amazing, and things are really great over there.
Awesome.
That's cool. So, is there anyone in hosting that you looked up to?
Oh gosh, obviously I have to say the big boss, Miss Oprah Winfrey. I looked up to her. I looked up to her before I even was a part of her network. So I mean, along with Oprah and Ryan Seacrest, those are the people that I really I don't like saying model, but am inspired by, you know, because I just truly believe being an on-air personality, you can't be a replica of somebody else. You have to.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
Your own personality, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So those are definitely people who have inspired me so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, you've been in the public eye for a while now, and having interviewed countless celebrities with such a huge presence in the world, how do you manage to keep yourself grounded when it's so easy to let all of this success and glamour go to your head, you know?
You know what's so funny? I mean, I look at it like a job, and it's something that I absolutely love to do. And I know that as quickly as you get it, it can go away in 2.5 seconds. Yep. And a lot of people I don't think a lot of people have grasped this concept of the fact that tables turn. You may be here one day, and the next you may be literally scraping for change. You know what I mean? So you really have to be appreciative to everything that you get. And I honestly had to learn this, you know, living vicariously through my family, because my family is pretty much heavily involved in entertainment, and I've seen the ups and the downs, and I know nothing is always is promised. So that's kind of what keeps me grounded. If you would have asked me this 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I would have been like, you know, if you're on top, you're supposed to act like this and that. But no, that is not it at all. That's a completely jaded outlook on entertainment and how you're supposed to be and whatnot. So I would definitely say being around my family and living vicariously through them has kept me grounded. Yeah.
Oh, really? So can you explain to us what a typical workday is like for Ruba Wilson?
Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Well, now that we've officially wrapped my family and I's reality show, we start promo. So I literally, before this interview, I did a shoot for a magazine, and that was that. I will say first thing in the morning, I obviously eat, get up, go to the gym, and I'm now in love with Starbucks chai latte with soy milk. I'm not a coffee drinker with double shot espresso. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I think Starbucks is low-key like crack. So
can I tell you, I need to have a venti Americano with an extra shot skim milk every single morning, or I can't function.
Oh my God.
Talk to me.
Side note, today is National Coffee Day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, my thing is that I try not to get addicted to coffee, and I know how addicting it can be. That's why for such a long time I was like, absolutely not. But for the last couple of weeks, I've been like hustling and bustling. It's just been like 12-hour days all day long. So I was like, I have to stay awake. Like me just having natural energy is not going to cut it.
I know. I have natural energy. I'm like happy and like chatty all the time, but like so early, I just need something to like pick me up a little bit in the morning to like get me there, and then I'm set. That's why I need that extra shot. But
I'm with you, yo. So I would definitely say that's pretty much my day. I'm really into like working out, and in the words of Miss Shara Horowitz, she said, "Healthy body, healthy mind." So that has always stuck with me, my friend.
She did say that.
Don't judge me for quoting that.
I would never. Clueless is my favorite movie. So. So we know that you have your single out, "Turn It Up." When did you learn that you wanted to get involved with music?
Well, you know what? It wasn't something that I learned that I wanted to get into. It was something that I've always wanted to do, and I feel like performing is in my DNA. I truly believe that. And, you know, like I said, being in a very musical family, it just kind of comes, you know what I mean? And me doing this hosting thing, like I mentioned earlier, it just kind of like landed on my lap. This wasn't something like, I really want to do that. Hosting was something I like never crossed my mind. So the fact that kind of came before music did, I was like, whatever, let's just rock it out and do something that you've never done before and just do it at the end. So now that I feel like I'm really kind of like in the zone as far as hosting is concerned, I believe in doing more than just one thing. I always say, if Queen Latifah stuck to rapping, where would she be now?
Right.
I totally agree with you.
So that's just how I look at it, and I don't know. I just want to look back 15 years from now and listen to Turn It Up and be like, yo, that was a fun place and time in my life. You know, I want music to kind of, chronicle, my life and, where I am and all that jazz.
Right.
Yeah, like I feel like it's so important with like the platform you have that you can do everything that you want to do.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, I mean, honestly, not even just me. I mean, just everyone. As long as you're consistent, you know what you want to do, you can definitely get it done. So,
right.
Knock it out, yo.
So, what was the process like from the conception of the idea for the amazing video of Turn It Up?
Well, thank you, Josh. You're amazing. But literally, it happened within a week. And I know this sounds really crazy, but I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries, and I'm very impulsive. And when I want to do something, I get it done. Like, it has to get done that day. Like, I don't care if it's gonna cost $200,000. We're gonna get it done one way or the other. I will stand on the corner, tap dance, and do what I need to do to make up that money to get it going. And yeah, it started within a week. I had my really good friend Justin Jones, and he's an amazing director. We kind of just met up like for hours and just thought about everything we need to do, and we got it done. And also my amazing best friend and stylist, Lori Phillips, who is co-creator with will.i.am's clothing line. She worked with me on all of the clothes, and it came together beautifully. So
oh my God, can I just say your clothes in that shoot were amazing. I was like dead on the floor. I was like, what? Oh my God, I can't.
Thank you.
I'm obsessed. You look so good.
Thank you so much.
Can we expect any more music from you in the future?
Yes, very much so. I'm really excited. So far I'm 5 songs in. So basically just really experimenting and just seeing what I really want to do.
Yeah.
Experimenting is fun because sometimes if you kind of narrow your thought process or your ideas in one little box, you don't know how far you could possibly go. So that's what I'm doing now, and just testing out range and all of it. I'm having such an amazing time, and you guys can expect some really amazing, epic, amazing music. So I'm really stoked.
Good. Are you like working on a full length album or like an EP or?
You know what? I would like to call it an EP, but I mean, I think I'm gonna probably end up recording more songs that would normally fit on an EP.
Yeah.
But I guess we shall see when we get there.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so at IAM, we do this thing every single interview called Rapid Fire.
Oh.
And we ask you like 5 or 6 questions, and you have to tell us the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready, yo.
Because it gets fast, I'm telling you.
I'm scared.
Okay, so what is your favorite TV show right now?
Oh, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Really? I have not watched it yet, and I really want to see it.
That's my guilty pleasure right now.
Oh my God.
Okay,
and
so
Power.
And what?
Power on Stars.
Oh my God, I heard about that.
Power.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Power is like one of my favorite shows. When does it come back? I love Notori Naughton. I love her.
Yeah, she's amazing. I've interviewed her before, and she's the sweetest thing in the world. But I believe they're filming season 2 right now. So.
Oh, good. Isn't that produced by 50 Cent?
Yes, 50 Cent is the executive producer, and he is killing the game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Such an interesting show.
We're slowing down this rapid fire, guys.
Sorry.
Rapid.
So, what is your favorite thing to do aside from your career?
Oh, you know what? Eat peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
All right. What is your all-time favorite movie?
Mean Girls, Clueless, and Love and Basketball. All together.
Type 3. All 3. So, who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh. Oh, everyone knows this. JoJo. I'm in love with her. It's really sad, but why did I just say that? God, somebody help me. Oh, and Ashley Olsen.
Oh my God, love her.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song?
My favorite song You know what? I love so many different freaking songs. I have such an eclectic mix of music and artists. Oh God, my favorite song, Ruba, Use Your Brain. You know what? You know what? I really like Somo, his song Ride, and I shouldn't like that song, just the content of it, but something about it I really like. When I heard it immediately, I was like, this is a hit. So I like Somo, and that's like one of my favorite songs right now.
What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure? That's terrible. I should know this.
Yes, you should. It's about you.
You know what? My guilty pleasure is liking Celine Dion's song "My Heart Will Go On."
Awesome.
It's just an amazing song.
It is, honestly.
So we know you and your family are on a new reality show on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Can you tell us what it's about?
Woo, baby. So basically, like I said a little earlier, I mean, I've lived vicariously through my family as far as like seeing the ups and the downs. And in my family's case, I live with my cousin Shanice and Flex and her husband, and I've lived with them ever since I was 12 years old. And in a sense, I look at them like they're my mom and my dad, my uncle, whoever. You know how Black people are, will take on several different, family members. But honestly, they have definitely served the role of parents in my life. And for this, our reality show on OWN, it basically documents us having everything and losing it, having millions of dollars and losing all of it. And, basically the show is kind of, showing the audience or giving the audience a look into our road to, to greatness, or for lack of a better word, just basically building it up again, from having so much to nothing to building it up again. The show is documenting us getting it all back together, and there's 9 people living under one roof.
My God.
Should I say more? It's pretty insane.
Oh my gosh. So
it's basically documenting my family and I getting it all back, and when you're at the lowest of your lows, I think that's when family comes to play, and that's when it's time to really unite and figure it out.
We've been hearing ever since May that this was going to be a show and that this is going to be a thing, and I know that your preview did so well, so it got picked up.
Yeah.
So do you have a premiere date for us? Because I'm really anxious and I want to set my DVR right now.
Yes, I do. It is November 1st on OWN at 7 p.m. I believe it's 7 p.m.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah. We are weeks away. I'm so freaking nervous.
So what is it like being a part of the OWN family and working with Oprah?
It's honestly, it's amazing, and the team that we have, they're so amazing. I don't feel as if they're being invasive or anything like that. They make it very comfortable for all of us, and I think that's so important in order to have a successful show. And they just let us be ourselves, and it just was such an amazing time. Of course, there was moments where I was like, I really don't feel like being bothered. I don't need for you to leave my room. Please, give me a second, But it's just, for the most part, everything was absolutely amazing.
Good. That's awesome. So, I know you probably freaked out a little bit when you heard that your show was picked up, but can you, recap that excitement for us?
You know what, to tell you the God honest truth? I didn't think that we weren't going to get picked up. When we shot our sizzle and, we pitched, I was like, it's going to get picked up. I wasn't surprised. Just the timing of everything just totally worked out. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to be biased or anything like that. I just, anything that I do, I try to look at it, as if I'm on the outside looking in.
Sure.
And that's the way I looked at the show. And I was like, this show is effing insane.
So, you kind of answered this earlier, but what's it like having cameras follow you around all day? Do you get to poop in peace?
Yes, I do. I just turned my mic off, but the cameras are rolling. I just closed the door. Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience, and I love, if I could do it for the rest of my life, I totally would. And you know what's so crazy? Before we even thought about even doing a reality show, I have a vision board, and I highly suggest that everyone get a vision board. And I wrote on my vision board, actually typed it up, and I cut it out and posted it on my board, and I said, I want my entire life to be documented. And whoop, there it is. There's this show, like a few years later. It's pretty insane, but the experience overall was amazing.
Awesome. So, so we know that you live with Shanice and Flex, who are your cousins, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what have you learned from them? Like, as that, you know, they were clearly in the industry for a very long time. Like, have you taken anything away from their experiences or learned any, like, important, you know, stories or rules?
Yeah, honestly, everything that I am today, as far as, you know, the way I conduct myself, just being out around people in general, I've learned that from them, and I feel like they've instilled that. They've like, you need to always treat people with respect, like, period, point blank. It's such a simple concept, but so many people don't know how to grasp it fully. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's just what I've learned from them, and they've always, especially, you know, Shani, she's always, you know, carried herself with such poise, and has never, you know, swayed, and that's what I appreciate. And sometimes people don't have to tell you anything. Sometimes they just lead by example, and I would definitely say that Flex and Shanice have definitely led by example in my life.
That's awesome. That's really great.
Is there something that they have said, like one piece of advice that they have given to you that has just stuck with you?
You know what? I honestly would just say, just like, you know, conduct yourself the way that you know, want other people to see you. And, you know, I mean, that kind of sounds really bad, but you just have to just, you know, respect yourself and respect other people. And I think that's something that's just completely stuck with me. And that's just how that's part of me now. It's part of my DNA. So
Totally. So, you mentioned before that you live in a house with 9 people, or 9 people including you.
Yeah, baby.
So clearly you come from a pretty big family. So, like, what's that like? Do you love it, or is it, like, too much sometimes, or, like, give me all of it?
You know what? It's not, I mean, okay, how can I say this? I mean, it's cool because it's never boring in the house. It's never. There's always something going on. It's a party every single day. You know, people are always coming, going, and it's constant. And thank God for a thing called a door, because when you're over it, just close your door. The end. No need to throw any tables, flip any chairs. Just close your door. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's so funny. I'm like cracking up over here. Okay.
I've always wanted a really big family. Like, I want 6 kids. So, like, I like want to know the dynamics of a big family. I just love that. I love
that you love that. But yeah, it's really, really cool. And with the show, you guys are really going to see so much. And I'm so proud of, you know, the season and just the experience and being vulnerable, because I prided myself for such a long time to kind of keep walls up, and with this show, it's definitely allowed me to be vulnerable. And a lot of people, I don't think they get that concept either, of being vulnerable all the time, because, you know, in this world, we're always about like, ooh, let me Photoshop, let me, you know, add a filter, and let me do this and do that. So there's days where I'm just like, it is what it is. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, you know? So I'm happy about that, because that's something that I wanted to do, and I feel like that's a whole, you know, the entire part of growing up and, you know, figuring out who you are and all that jazz. So
For sure.
I'm really excited about that.
We're excited about the show.
Yay!
So at IM, we are huge advocates of the belief that smart is sexy. This means we value independence, intellect, and positivity over looks alone. What are your thoughts about smart is sexy?
You know what? I think smart is very sexy. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, looks fade. But, you know, brains, they stand the test of time. And you know, I like I said, in the words of Miss Cher Horowitz, healthy body, healthy mind. So I definitely try to, you know, come across a new book every month. And in particular, a book that I absolutely love right now, and I'm currently reading, is called Outwitting the Devil. Now, it's not even a religious book whatsoever. I mean, it has little hints of it, but for the most part, it's just kind of helping you, you know, kind of restructure your frame of mind and your thought process. And it's really amazing to me because the power of the mind is remarkable. So I would definitely suggest everyone to read that book. It's definitely a must-have, my friend.
Yeah, so is it like an inspirational book? I love to read, and I love to read inspirational books.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, it is inspiring because it's helping you kind of, you know, retrain your brain on how to think and stop being fearful, because when you're fearful of things, you know, it can block certain, you know, opportunities and blessings. And me reading that, I was like, wow, like I'm just like done with like anything. I'm so like fearless right now. Like after like I'm not even fully done with it, but like halfway through it, I felt like I can like run to Africa and back. So so I mean,
over that large lake of water, ocean. Whoa, guys.
puddle, pond.
Whatever. So you always look so presentable, like literally all the time.
Not this lighting.
So how do you juggle working hard and looking good?
Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I mean, I know how I like to look, and I truly believe that if you look good, you feel good, and you perform good. Like, I'm that person who shows up at the gym. I'm like, I don't play around. Like, I feel like if you show up to the gym and you look like a bum, then you're just gonna be like, oh, I hate my life. It sucks. So, I mean, you gotta just, you know, you look good, it'll make you feel good, and you perform good. So, that's that. That's with me. That's how I kind of, you know, live my life, and I've always been that way. Like, you could ask Shanice, you'll probably hear it on the show. Ever since I was a tiny child, I was always like very meticulous with what I wore and what other people wore around me. It was kind of bad, but you know, that's what it is. So.
Yeah.
So how has being smart and sexy helped you in your success?
Well, I don't know about the sexy part, but being, I mean, I wouldn't say smart either, but just, you know, being aware. How's it helped me in life, in my career?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the smart part is, you know, trying to be innovative and creative, because especially in this world that we're living in now, it's very instant gratification. The ball is constantly rolling, so you just have to, you know, stay in the know and, you know, research. It's something that seems super easy, but you know, you just got to put work into it with anything, and I think that's where my intellect has kind of, you know, came as. So
Totally.
Yep.
So, what quality do you find most sexy in a person?
Ooh. Quality. I would say brains, because I mean, you know, like somebody can be super good looking and they talk and you're like, really? Okay. So I mean brains definitely is I'm a, what do they call it? A sapiosexual. I would definitely say I'm that person. So brains is definitely such a great quality. They have to be like compassionate, you know, and not so like materialistic. And especially living in LA, and I hate to even put that on the people who live in LA, but I mean, it's everyone's just so caught up in looks and, you know, who's driving what car, and like at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that, you know, whoever I get with years down the line, they have it together, and they're you know, they're all together here.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that.
So moving on, we're going to talk about some fashion. Like, you have awesome fashion. Your style is amazing. I wish I could wear like the rings you wear.
What you can? Come on, Jack.
I think I'll look weird with them. I just don't have that type of unique style.
No, yeah, you do. You can do it, man.
So,
Rings, wear rings.
okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it like tomorrow. I'll get some. So
I'll get
how
some
do
tomorrow.
Like tomorrow.
so how do you define fashion?
You know what? I don't think my fashion kind of can be defined. It's however I'm feeling. Like my family members laugh at me all the time. They're like, "You're not walking out the house looking like that." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm that guy." Like I may, wear all solids one day, and then one day I may have a freaking faux fur jacket that is draping the ground. Like, I like training the ground. Like that's me. So I just feel like fashion is objective, and if you like it, the end. That's all that matters. And I think if you truly like it, other people, it resonates with other people, and they see it like, okay, I see what you're about. I applaud that. I may not be able to pull that off, but more power to you. So just rock what you got, own it. Own it. You better add a freaking belt around that thing and call it a day.
So do you have, I know that you have like such a unique style, but do you have any like fashion icons that you adore or like look up to in any way?
I absolutely love Marc Jacobs. He has the same birthday as myself. I love Marc Jacobs, and I love his style. It's very gritty.
Yeah.
I would say I used to be very like together as far as like, okay, this needs to look super crisp and this needs to look super crisp. Now I'm more into the very like worn in look. Like I like that. Like that is me. Like I hate when things look too pristine to me. It kind of scares me if I see like some brand new boots and they're like way too shiny. I'm like,
you need to like rub them in some dirt.
Yeah. Like I'm all about that. Like freaking tie them up to the back of your car and drive 2 miles and then put them on. Like that's why.
And like I will buy like pre-destroyed things because I can't like I don't know.
Yeah, same here.
So what is your favorite type of clothing or accessory?
I can never get enough of boots. Like I will wear boots. I'm that guy who wears boots in like 90-degree weather.
Amen. That is me. Can I tell you how many pairs of combat boots I've gone through in the past like 3 years? Or like, oh my, I can't even talk about it. Like boots are my life.
They're amazing. Like don't leave home without them. Like that's me all day. Like I don't think you'll ever see me without boots.
Yes.
Unless I'm at the gym. If I could, I would.
So, what do you think style says about a person?
I think it says how daring that they are, and how confident a person is.
Yeah.
I feel like, I have my days where I'm solids all day. But I just think it's just the way you put it together. Like, you may see two people wearing the same exact thing, just like we see in the magazines all the time, like who wore best.
Right.
And guess what? You always see a different number behind each picture. You know what I mean? So it's all about how that person rocks it. If they have, like, black nail polish on or their hair up or whatever. Like, I think that's what it says to me, style says.
So do you have something or someone that inspires your fashion style?
Oh, there's so many people. Like I said, Marc Jacobs is great. I love how grungy and daring he is. I love Jared Leto. He's amazing. It varies. It totally varied. It totally varies to me.
Yeah.
Those are the two people that I absolutely love, and I love their whole spiel.
Their vibe,
yeah.
Do you have any passion advice for like other young adults who are like our age trying to find who they are in fashion?
Do you have any advice? Just do you. Because I'm such a contrarian at the end of the day. Like, I try not to like follow the trends, because even if like it's something that I like for instance, this may be a terrible example. I love Sam Smith. I think he's absolutely amazing. But what'd you say?
I love him.
Yeah, he's amazing. Amazing vocalist. But when I first heard of his music and him as an artist, I was like, oh my God, he's amazing, because nobody in my circle knew anything of him. Now that the entire world is like in love with him, I'm like, oh, I like him, but now I don't really want to listen to him because everybody else is listening to him. So,
I do that all the time. Can I tell you? Do you know the band MKTO? Have you heard of them?
Yes, Tony Aller is.
Tony Aller and Malcolm Kelly. Yeah. I heard the song Classic literally last September, and like I was jamming to it on my Pandora and like everything, and like then like January comes around and it's on the radio and like everyone's like, oh my God, have you heard this song? And I'm like, yeah, I heard it 6 months ago. Bye. Like, I'm like,
well, I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys who hears everything when it comes out on the radio. So I guess you guys are talking about me.
But I mean, it is what it is. If it's your first time hearing something, it's new. That's the way I look at it.
Right.
You know. So I mean, that's exactly how I feel about, you know, fashion and like following the trends. If people are going right, I want to go left. You know. So it can be a little, you know, exhausting at times, but you know, what the heck.
Yeah. So what is your go-to fashion piece when you're in a hurry?
Ooh, jeans, boots, and some rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my go-to. Like if I'm in a rush, someone's like, "You got to get up and go." It's just that makes me feel comfortable. And glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a glasses freak.
Yeah, I feel that. So, I'm assuming it's rings, but what is your favorite accessory?
Accessory. I know I just mentioned rings, but I'm trying to think another thing that I absolutely like. I don't know if underwear is considered an accessory, but I am like an underwear like freak. Like I buy underwear all the time. No one sees them besides me, but what the heck?
That is amazing. Yeah. I love that. But thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It was so much fun. You are such a delight, and we cannot wait to see you on our TV screen soon. Like November 1st, set on my DVR, 7 p.m. I'm on
check it out. You're not going to want to miss it. It is going to be insane.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I honestly haven't seen anything on television like this, and yeah, it's my everyday life. So hopefully everyone enjoys.
I'm too excited.
Yeah. But tell your mom, your cousin, auntie, uncle.
Tell everyone. Tell your dog.
Right.
You have blown up so much, and you are definitely going to be around for a very long time, judging by, you know, your character, your personality, your style. It's like everything everybody wants to be. So
yeah, thank you.
I commend you on that. So you guys can check out the Prince of Hosting's new song, Turn It Up, on Vivo, and check out his website, rubasworld.com, and be sure to follow him on Twitter at @IamRubasWorld for constant updates on his life, because let's face it, he's the greatest.
Oh my God, you guys are the
follow us on IAM, and comment and rate and subscribe to our channel for more interviews and fun videos. Bye guys.
Another Friday night.